dim up in lights, he just wants to be heard. Whether it's the beat of the mic, he feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know. But no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making.
Okay, so in this video, I'm going to actually teach you what to do when your horse reacts when being tied. This is Simmer. She's one of the horses that will be up for sale soon, and she pulls back. She has a tendency to pull back really, really hard, and she'll just keep going until she falls over or does something really bad, and she actually cut her leg in the trailer from it. So basically what I'm going to do is loop this around the panel. I don't have my Aussie tie ring right now, so I'm having to make do with what I have. So I'm just looping it around the panel loose to where she can get away, and I'm just flapping my arms to kind of scare her and teach her that the rope's not going to pull. When the rope doesn't give, that's when a horse freaks out because they're claustrophobic and they feel like they can't get away. So I'm teaching her that she can get away. So it's important that you always run up towards their forequarters rather than their hindquarters, because horses have a flight or fight instinct. So if you were to just run it towards her hindquarters, she's most likely going to turn around and kick you. But going towards her forequarters, she's going to kind of back away from it. Most likely a horse is not going to jump forward at you, but you do want to be cautious of where you're standing so you don't get hurt. When I'm standing there, I'm standing at a 45-degree angle by her shoulder. That causes, if she was to jump forward, she's not going to hit me. If she was to kick, she's not going to get me. And I'm in a safe position. I'm also not stuck between the panel and her. I have a way of getting around. So I'm going to go ahead and show this to you a little bit closer so you can kind of see. I'm just looping that over and just flapping my hands. And I just keep going until she relaxes. And as you can see, the rope's not falling down anymore because she's starting to get used to it. And I want to do this until she just stands still. So even here, I wouldn't move on. That's what I want. She's still kind of head shy, which is a problem that I'm going to fix later on. But she's not pulling away from that bleed line or anything. She's learning that she just stands there and nothing's going to happen to her. And of course, what you do on one side, you want to do on the others. Horses have a left brain and a right brain. So each horse that you have, you basically have two. So you want to train both sides of that brain. And I'm going to go ahead and fast forward it to the next step because y'all kind of saw on the other side what to do. So for the next thing I'm going to do, I actually took my jacket off to make it a little bit scarier. I just kind of ran the rope over the panel so it doesn't catch, because for sure she's going to spook at this. It's a lot scarier. I'm kind of waving around. It's like coming at them with a plastic bag. You know, it moves, it makes a noise, it flaps. So I just kind of just laid it over across the panel. If you have your Aussie tie ring, you know, just the lowest setting is all you really need. So this one, she's actually starting to think now. She didn't react super fast. The rope still fell, but she's starting to relax more, and she's not setting back. She's just kind of backing up. So this is a good change. So right there was kind of a good example of why you need to stand at that 45-degree angle at her shoulder, because she kind of shied away. She could have jumped, she could have turned around. You're in a spot where you don't have to worry about getting hurt. You can move out of the way. So now she's starting to think, she's not reacting. So once my horse gets really comfortable with this and they get good, of course I did this on the other side as well. That's when I start tying them up to trees after workouts. That's basically pole for patience. I tie them there, let them think about what they just learned, and they're able to kind of walk around if they want to, but they're still tied up, and it basically just gets them really good at being tied. They don't, I usually just leave them there. Sometimes I'll leave them there for a couple hours. If you leave them there for a couple hours, make sure to give them some water, but it teaches them to stand patiently and work on that. So this is kind of the beginning stages of what I do for a horse that pulls back, and that way they don't get hurt and injured. Like I said, she had hurt her leg really bad in the trailer when I picked her up, and so she's on hold right now as far as any intense workouts. So this is something that was easy to work with her now until she gets healed.